पापा ने कहा कि उसको रख लेते हैं, अच्छा रहेगा।
He makes the best sandwiches I ever eaten.
I have learned from my papa. I remember my sister, who is right now running a very big YouTube channel under the name अरे पता है. She was, जब वो छोटी थी वो काफ़ी पतली थी, काफ़ी पतली, एंड उसको हर कोई बचपन में बोलता था अरे बाप रे कितनी पतली है, कितनी पतली है, एंड बहुत ज़्यादा सूखी है. So my dad has given one line and which I have still kept in my mind, क्योंकि मैं आज अभी भी सुनती आती हूँ कभी कुछ इंसिडेंट्स में अपने घर में भी. He just said वो सूखी है ना तभी वो सुखी है.
So one day my dad brought a pet home without me and my mother knowing. हमको बिल्कुल भी नहीं पता था. तो मम्मा और मैं, हम दोनों शौक थे, तो हमने सोचा कि उसको जल्दी नीचे छोड़ देते, नहीं तो उसको बहुत अच्छा लगने लग जाएगा. तो पापा ने कहा कि उसको रख लेते हैं, अच्छा रहेगा, सबके लिए अच्छा रहेगा, उसको सबको देख लेंगे, सारी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज हम सब शेयर कर लेंगे. बट देन माई मदर वॉज अगेंस्ट इट. इसे मतलब nobody was ready. Then slowly we all became attached with Milo, my pet cat, and now she is a member of my family.
I only have to say some lines about my father. When one time when I was playing with my father, I fell down. But he told me I was a strong boy, so that's how I stopped crying. So one time I was playing video games, I kept losing. But then my father taught me how to do combos and I won. And whenever something is wrong, my father always fixes them. But most of the time he fixes what he's broken.
And it's a Father's Day and we have two handsome fathers sitting here. So let's move ahead with them. So let's start. I just need a few introduction of you.
Thank you, Preeti. After a long time, somebody has, called me handsome. I think that was before marriage, but thank you. Yeah. So myself, Amit, I have, most of the time, not really most of the time, but in the past, I have worked in the advertising firm. So recently, I have taken a break and I'm starting something.
I'm an IT professional for the past 18 years, in fact. And I'm blessed with a son, 8-year-old. My son's name is Nair.
Relationship with father has been unfriendly. You can say my father was never my friend. In fact, I was also not his friend. He was a very strict type, professor mathematics. And as you can see in all colleges or schools, maths professors are always strict. And all he was concerned about my results and academics. And so there are no actually sweet memories of mine with my father. And the last time I think I saw him happy was when I cleared my 12th. And he was damn sure that I'll not get more than 60-70%. But I got around more than 85 and a smile on his face. I always remember.
My relationship with my father was a normal father and son relationship. He's my idol, obviously, because he's the kind of person who has always been a very honest, hardworking man, and I look up to him. In fact, me and my brother has always looked up to him for all decisions in our life. So, and I just wish that I could replicate what he has done for us over the last, during all our childhood. I don't remember any specific good or bad memory in terms of, because he has always been the person who was a breadwinner in the family, and we've always been brought up by our mom, be it our schooling, tuitions, everything. He was most of the time he used to be out working in the office late in the night. He used to come up, but he always ensured that both me and Vishal, my elder brother, we are brought up with best of the values in the family. So So Pran Pratishtha and Anushasan wala aate hain. So he is kind of person who will never ever bend the rules, be it professional or personal.
Uh-huh.
So that is one thing which I really admire about my father. And I don't think, I mean, in today's time it is really difficult to mimic and be that sort of a person now. So I try my best. Yes.
But what my learning from my relationship with father is I always wanted that I don't want to be, when I'm a father, I don't want to be like my father. I always wanted to be friendly with my kid, and and not impose my wishes on my kid.
Your son is a mirror, in fact. When your son grows up, he usually, it's your son or a daughter, like a child would always be a mirror. He would observe, he or she would observe
Correct.
the kind of person you are. So if you want your son to be a best version of when he grows up, you have to, everything that you do
They
has
will
to
copy
be
you. It has to be perfect.
perfect. Yeah, so that is what, I mean, that is one thing which I've realized after being a father, that there is no room for any mistakes. So that you become a very responsible person, which is obviously a very difficult thing. So you have to shed all your
Have a high benchmark than your father, than you.
exactly, because you can see those changes. Once your kid starts growing, and you try to enforce or bring about a change in him, and he doesn't listen to you, then you know that there are certain things which you have to bring that changes in yourself first, so that because he's constantly observing you.
Correct,
That is
correct.
one thing.
And it starts from day one.
Absolutely.
So were you scared before becoming a father, or how it was?
I was so scared. I mean, it was obviously, being a father is always an exciting journey. I mean, you become very responsible, and it's like our second innings, obviously. But yes, I realized that it is not going to be an easy journey, obviously. And it comes naturally to everybody. But as your kid grows, you realize the responsibilities, and and it goes with the flow, obviously.
So how was the phase from infancy till date? Like you said, he's 8-year-old right now. So how is the phase from infancy, then preschooler, adolescence, and he's soon going to enter in a teenage. So are you preparing him, or how it has been?
I have ensured that so during the first 2-3 years, it's simple. The kids do not need much of an attention. I mean, they are by themselves. खाना पीना सब सही होना चाहिए.
बाकी गाड़ी चल.
So fathers should always be there. Obviously, I mean, the important role of the father is to ensure that you support your wife when it comes to taking care of the kid during the nights. It is a sleepless night, obviously. So that is something that
For me, the scene is completely different. I shouldn't say it in the camera, but I've always been a non-serious father, because I've never tried to be very pushy. You can say that. So I just go with the flow. In back of my mind and in my heart, I always think that I have to be there for the kid or support, obviously, as a being father. But I have never intentionally not chasing, kids to do this, that, study, or there and all.
exactly.
But I have always supported whatever their interest is, whether she wants to do drawing, whether she wants to do basketball, or maybe cycling. So sometimes I think that you live your childhood through your kid.
Correct, correct.
Absolutely.
It's like that. Like what I miss, the things that I missed with my father, I think I am enjoying that. I don't think my father has enjoyed that relationship, but I am enjoying with my.
Very well
my
conveyed.
wife.
Very true.
So in fact, it's a Father's Day occasion coming up, but in my family, the most important decisions were taken by my mother. So in fact, whatever I am today, if I have to say that, or if I have to follow somebody, or my parents, I'm talking about. So it's my mother's decision that I will come here, I will do this. She's been always there to support you. In whatever I have done in my life, and yeah. So my mother is also like my father, and father is a father.
Acha, now how was your experience holding first time Anaya?
So first time, obviously, I didn't hold her, so it was the gynecologist who holded her, and came with the kid, and he said, "It's a daughter." I said, "Thank you." So I was blank at that moment. I didn't know how to react. Trust me, I was completely blank. I didn't know what to do. So I holded her. I directly rushed to my wife, and I handed over the baby to her and said, "It's a girl." Yeah, okay. Obviously, she was under that anesthesia and all. I don't know whether she understood, but it took us some time to realize that we have become parent and some things have changed and are going to change. But I was completely blank. I was happy, and I didn't know how to express. My mom was also there with me. But yeah, since then I'm always confused.
And even in my case, it was a dramatic scene. But so when Vidus was born, he came out of the OT, and I was thrilled. I was blank. Like so, I saw and they said, "Congratulations,
It's a boy."
It's a boy. So I said, "Wow." So I held him, and I was like, "This is the moment." I couldn't understand how to react. So after he came out, I could see, the doctor coming out. He was being brought outside on a stretcher. I was surprised. ये क्या हो गया? ये बच्चा आ गया पीछे से डॉक्टर भी. In fact, the gynac who operated Devika, so he on the operation table itself, he had a cardiac arrest.
Oh.
So and then after a week or so, he passed away. So he went through a bypass surgery. Then so he was a very renowned gynac.
Okay. This is little.
Yeah, it was. It was a very dramatic, scene in that hospital.
Now you have a son, so how you are dealing with every single day, because abhi he is growing, and how is the bond? Because ऐसे बोलते हैं ना कि पापा और बेटे का bond gradually with age कम हो जाता है. So how are you maintaining that closeness?
That is very important. So I've always tried to be a friend to him, because I want him, when he grows up, that he should be very comfortable to share anything and everything that he goes through. So I want to inculcate that, so that he doesn't hide things. I don't want to be very strict. I'm not a very strict person, obviously. So I give him that freedom, that room to take full decisions. Obviously, I'm the good cop and Devika.
वो हर बार हर जगह यही हो जाता है.
That has always been the case. So he knows that he can take me whatever I want. So whatever he has to ask, he will come in and tell me. अच्छा ये he calls me Achu. Achu ये करना वो करना करके. So he knows that it will get done. So he's very open to me, and I'm giving him that freedom. So I want to have that bond, just to ensure that when he grows up, whatever if life में कुछ भी कांड किया हो, first thing he should come and tell me. He should have that confidence that he can come and openly talk about it with me. Because obviously being a boy, he may not be able to share a lot of things with his mother. So I want him to be the first person, so that he comes and openly talks about whatever, school में कुछ कांड किया हो. Because obviously, times are changing.
Yes, correct.
Very sensitive, so they are getting exposed to a lot of information, a lot of good, bad company. You have no control over it.
So now since you mentioned good or bad, so how you both are handling your kids about good touch and the bad touch? Have you made them aware, or awareness baki hai? Because both are in the crucial age. Especially your daughter is entering into a crucial age, and soon after 4 years he will also be. We good touch, bad touch. How much are you involved with her?
Yes, so in fact, in my case, good touch and bad touch, she's been learning in school and at home since she was, I mean, since the day she started speaking, I think. Yeah, so she is fully aware about it, and her mother and myself have, make sure that, to make her smarter in that way. And yeah, so she is smart, she understands things, like Ishara Kafi that they say that you don't have to actually make it foolproof for her, but she understands, she's a very sensitive kid. And yeah, so I'm sure she will do a good job in life.
अभी एक इम्पोर्टेंट चीज लाइक यू मी एवरीवन हैव कम फ्रॉम दैट जनरेशन जहाँ वी हैव सीन एवरीथिंग गैजेट का मैं बात करूँ the TV entrance, the telephone, then mobile, so as the television turning into a smart TV, and then a computer phase to a laptop phase, now the tablet phase. How you have dealt with, I'm sure your kids have come to you कि पापा मोबाइल दिलवा दो या टीवी देख चाहिए, तो हाउ यू हैव हेल्ड दैट सिचुएशन कि कौन से एज में देना है, कुछ सेटबैक था या यू प्रिपेयर कि ये फेज आएगा, ये सिचुएशन आएगी, या यू डील विद द सिचुएशन ऑन स्पॉट जैसा आता है?
So in my case, I have always given her, mobile, like school, online classes and all. So it was, I think, when she turned 4, she started using, mobile and iPad and laptop and gaming and all that stuff. But what I have done is, I have, Google has this app, family app, wherein you can control the timing.
Correct.
So the screen timing I have restricted, maybe initially it was like maybe 4-5 hours. So slowly I have reduced. So if it is school app, Google Meet, obviously it is unlimited time. But if she is playing some game or watching YouTube, all those apps, social media apps, I have restricted. She doesn't have an access to the app. Though she has a phone, but it's only for calling apps and educational apps is what she has got an access to.
ये सुनने के बाद उसको पता सब चल जाएगा.
No, she knows it. I have controlled it. I mean, in fact, when she wants to play for a longer time, she requests for an extra time. So her screen time, I have controlled.
Okay.
Yeah, I've done the same thing. In fact,
Yeah.
so I've put a parental control.
Mm-hmm.
I've ensured that the youth has only access to 2 hours. In fact, so initially when he was 4, we had given up mobile phones. We didn't have a lot of control. So we said, mobile se bhi isko उसका जरूरत नहीं है.
Correct.
I had a spare phone, so I ensured that he's off the screen, and whatever cartoons or whatever entertainment he has to have access to, it will be on the TV, so that at least he keeps a distance. Then we said, okay, that during the COVID, obviously we didn't have an option.
There was no
Tab
choice.
was required for online classes, and we bought a tab. When he was used to the tablet, but tablet maybe we kept restriction of 2 hours, not more than 2 hours. Obviously, 2 hours के बाद भी he will come in the night and say, "Actually, थोड़ा और half an hour, 1 घंटा दे दो evening." So that exception happens few days, but at least I have a control and I know
what he's watching, how
2
much.
hours is utilized.
So now tell me one of the sweetest memory अभी आप लोग के बच्चों के till date, any incident you remember, the bestest incidents.
There are a lot of incidents.
No. Or anything you feel like हाँ ये share करा जा सकता है with everyone.
Not sweetest, but I can say a proudest moment. In fact, a few months back, she was chasing me for marathon participation. I said, you have to practice a lot. It's not like a fun walk. I do a lot of cycling, so I realized that it takes a lot of efforts to practice and build the stamina to participate in a marathon. Obviously, it was a 3-4 kilometer fun run, but obviously it was a big task for her. And I said, okay, if you want, we go, but you need to understand that you have to practice. So if I see you practicing every day for half an hour, then I will register you for the marathon. And she took it very seriously and she practiced it, and then I registered and she completed, what was it, 3 or I think 3 kilometer, yeah. 3 kilometer marathon she completed, and she took that. It was a happy run, but she took it very seriously right from the start to finish. She continuously ran, and in fact she was so tired, she refused to take that piece. snacks. They give after that they used to no, I don't want anything. She was completely dehydrated, and she realized that yes, you need to practice a lot. But yeah, it was a proud moment. I was not expecting her. I thought she will also do a fun run and start walking, and maybe in the middle she will come out from the track. But yes, she took it seriously and completed. So that was a small proud moment that we can share.
How about you?
There are a lot of small moments. Obviously, I don't specifically recollect, but yeah, he's also fond of singing. In fact, so I am a background singer. I usually earlier I used to do a lot of recordings of music. So he also picked it up. So when we do a karaoke session at home, so he started getting that interest into singing a lot. So I just hope that he picks it up, and so now he says that Achu, I will become an artist sometimes.
Okay, good.
So I said, great, chalo, he will fulfill my dreams, which obviously I have never been able to do. So he has got a great voice. In fact, he doesn't, he will never admit. He's also very camera shy. So when I tell him that to perform in front of somebody, he will go
Small, so
Yeah.
When he's all alone and he sings, he sings beautifully. In fact. So that is one thing which I think he's got a great voice and he'll pick it up. I hope he continues his singing pursuit. And
sure.
But
Preeti will get some free tickets when we go on the fantastic shows. So advanced looking
because अपने ज़माने में we did not have exposure to all.
yeah, correct. So abhi we know so many things are available abhi kar sakte hain.
Not so many options now.
exposure is too much exposure now.
So it is not that बड़ा कोई engineer, doctor या
पहले वही होता था डॉक्टर इंजीनियर ही बनेगा बच्चा कोई वही ऑप्शंस हैं.
क्रिकेटर बनना है या सिंगर बनना है तो
फिर करियर अपना एकेडमिक्स छोड़ना पड़ेगा वो वैसा हो जाता था.
And like we say, like always this joke that we say, doctor, engineer, we say very casually, like everybody wanted to become a doctor. Because it's very tough.
Yeah, true.
I mean, it's very difficult. It's not a focus. But nowadays we talk like everybody wanted to become a doctor, engineer. Nowadays the percentage has gone really high. People are getting 100%, 99.
Correct.
For us, when I used to get 18, all the relatives used to come with sweets. Wow, beta pass ho gaya. It used to be a big deal.
और अभी तो 80 is nothing. क्या है कुछ no value only.
And I've seen a lot of kids who are taking, year drop for any entrance and all, so that they want to, achieve that.
Correct.
They take a drop and study. So exposure in a way, it has, pros and cons also. Basically distracts also, and it gives you a lot of focus also.
But overall, as a father, do you feel there are every time, every moment you have the responsibility, be it the school decision कि अभी अब school enrollment का time आया है, so it was again a big role responsibility, or it was just a casual thing? Each phase is a casual learning, or how it was?
For me, life, I mean, I myself never been a serious kind of.
Yeah, you said that.
So it's a casual thing for me. So, I just go with the flow. I don't try to control time or anybody. Schooling, education, she takes whenever she thinks that I have to study this, she puts her own effort. I don't sit on her head. So what I have realized is the more pushy I become, the more it, restricts or, they behave differently. So when you give them the liberty to think on their own, the responsibility comes from you, can't push responsibility.
Correct.
So it has to come from within, right? So till that moment, they don't realize that it doesn't matter. It's unnecessarily spoiling relationship with my daughter. Pushing or something. So I just give her that moment, that chance. School also I do. See, at the end of the day, it's the kid who has to study. School can give you, the atmosphere, good moral lessons and all that stuff they can give. But at the end of the day, what expectation from a parent expects from the school is good, academics, good percentage and all that. That kid has to go on his own. I mean, I can't expect a teacher to make my kid a brilliant kid. That they can't. For me, it's like, if you ask me, ये school अच्छा है क्या, वो school अच्छा है क्या? For me, all schools are the same. मैंने किसी का एसी है, किसी का एसी नहीं है, बाकी जो लैंग्वेज वो ये सब
वो तो school will.
they will take from wherever they want. You can't actually control.
Very nice, very well said. ये we also convey as an early child educator कि school will guide you, but at the end वो children, it's upon the child वो कैसे लेना है. The school goal, the school will teach you, but वो capacity तो child को ही लानी पड़ेगी. That willingness should come.
Parents have this dilemma of whether CBSE, ICSE.
That is again a big concern.
Parents are
I
not.
I don't bother about it. CBSE हो या ICSE हो SSE, even we did SSE in fact. So it doesn't matter as long
Correct.
as the education is good quality education, morally the kid is taught in the and he's brought up in the right direction.
That's
Everything will fall in place.
correct, very true.
एक चीज पे मैं पुश करता हूँ इसको, like focus. There has to be some focus. You know whether it is
Academic, non-academic,
or whether it
either.
is sports. एक फायर होनी चाहिए किसी चीज के बारे में. You can't be like distracted. ये तो उसको ये भी नहीं, वो भी नहीं, कुछ भी करना है. And then we realize, like for example, she started learning music. Why not? She will learn. I got a musical instrument for her. Or she picked up very fast. Then suddenly, after a few months, she started not liking it. So so a lot of distractions happen.
I think that is very important. So the focus on the academics, I kept it very limited with that. So I don't put that pressure. If marks आ गया, results आ गया, तो then यार इसमें and even Devika is on that opinion. Academics, he will pick it up on his own. But the most important thing is that whatever he learns, he should not ratify it.
Correct. It should be,
Just
the concept should be
do it
clear.
for the sake of doing it. He should understand the concepts. And that's how, in fact, we didn't have the liberty. वो ज़माने में तो we always taught
पढ़ना ही जरूरी है.
Maybe तभी के संस्कार फ्री में मिलते थे ना. Now my focus is on your good संस्कार. बाकी को pick करेंगे.
lot of parents now I've heard are doing homeschooling also.
Correct.
Because वो ज़माने में तो स्कूल के बाद we were always lost in the choices कि क्या करना है, engineering करना है, ये करो, वो करो. But now I think at a very
By default, by age, early
it will
they're
pick it
clear
up.
कि क्या करना है
Very
actually.
clear, they will choose their own path and they will decide.
It sounds, आप वो जमाना बोल रहे हो, हम कितने
I know, I mean,
हो
it's hard
गए.
to
Yeah.
चेंज हुआ.
Correct. बहुत चेंज हो गया है.
पुरानी ज़्यादा नहीं है, but पिछले 10-15 साल में ही, I mean 5 years back nobody knew AI क्या है, ये सब क्या है. अभी suddenly इतना AI हो गया है.
Correct.
Every videos you see on Instagram, I mean all AI generated.
So kids will start coding and learning a lot of things at a very early age. In fact, in fact IT तो अभी primary नहीं है.
हाँ. Correct.
Computers का basics we used to start in 6th standard.
Correct. So now, in nutshell, what advice you will give to the future fathers?
Just chill. Be yourself. Absolutely. Okay, if you have, it reminds me of try to control. You have given birth to a kid, that doesn't mean that you own that soul, right? Don't try to mold that soul. If you have given birth to a kid, let him live his life, his or her life. The moment you try to shape that, there are chances that it's a risky thing. Just give and let you be there for the kid, and they will do on their own whatever they have to do. They will make a good life.
Absolutely, that is very important in fact. Because now, as I said, and this is very true in fact. So you have to give that space, give the liberty to the child to choose, but at a very early age, give him the right direction and let him know what is right and wrong.
Yeah.
That's it.
It helps in confidence building.
Correct.
So every time you try to guide, every time you do that, you never give him a chance to think on his own. What is right, what is wrong.
Correct.
सारा अगर हमने ही बोल दिया तो
वो कैसे?
all about experiences, right?
Correct.
I am like whatever experiences I have, in my life, whether it was a friend's experience, whether corporate, I have shaped myself that way. So it's like that. Everybody has gone through a lot of experiences, it's up and down, or like that. So similarly is with the kid.
And as a father, you know the mistakes that you've done in your past, in your early ages, during your college days. So you
Correct.
had your share of fun.
Correct.
But at that time, so now you realize कि वो जो fun है, it could have turned very dangerous.
Correct.
So those mistakes, and that is with experience you learn it, right?
Yeah.
So you know that at least these mistakes, if you can put it and ensure that your child doesn't do it, or he knows that this is something that should not be done.
You can only caution.
You can only caution. You cannot force.
Guarantee.
Yeah.
There's no guarantee. He might generate some curiosity and say, "Mama ने बोला कुछ तो होगा." There is some fun in it. Then he would not want to share.
You can caution because now you know that इसका जो direction है, इसको सही तरीके से navigate करना. How you can at least tell him that this is wrong, this is right, it is your choice, and gradually you keep enforcing that in the child's mind. At some point in time, whenever he does that, whenever he falls into a bad company, he will realize that.
Yeah, he has to learn on his own. But give you an example, like 3 years back, I think she was fine. She fought with a friend and came home and she started complaining that you are not a good father, you are not going and talking to her parents and all, why are you not going there and fighting with them? I said, it's your fight with the kid. You go to the family, go meet the parents and tell them that your kid has misbehaved with you. Don't expect it, it's your fight, you have to learn. And she went there and she actually complained and she came happy. She said, yes, I did it. I told her mother that you are not supposed to do this. This is the wrong thing and all that stuff. No, I mean,
and this is very important. So the kid has to know because whenever we had a fight, parents never intervened. बच्चे लोग भी आपस में निपट गए. But now usually children have this expectation कि
मम्मी आना चाहिए, पापा आना चाहिए.
वो एक हाथ दे दिए ना, तो every small incident that happens, they'll come, hey, पापा उसको आके बोलो, ये आके बोलो. But and this is absolutely very important. बचपन से ही you should tell your kid that you have to fight your own battle wherever it is. Be it with your friends in your school, छोटा मोटा कुछ भी झगड़ा हो गया, वो निपटा के आ जाए. Not that you have a brawl or something, but you try to solve it within your friend circle.
And get rid of it by yourself.
Sort it out, settle it then and there itself. छोटा चीज को लेके, because otherwise it will be very dependent.
Correct.
As a child, जैसे कि somebody will come and say me.
Then he will become typical Delhi guy.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. This was actually a very fun session. मुझे लगा नहीं था, मुझे लगा था फादर सेशन है तो थोड़ा सा शायद सीरियस टॉक हो जाएगा and ज़्यादा stories नहीं होंगी. But these two fathers have lot many things. I learned out of all the conversation first to all the kids around. This is father's message. Stay focused. You have to fight your own battle. So better stay focused and deal with your situation yourself. They are there, fathers are there to guide you, to alert you, to caution you, but at that you have to fight for it. And secondly, you have to experience yourself and you have to learn from your own mistake and move on. With this, I just want to say thank you. You guys are actually doing a great job. Fatherhood also, it's not an easy thing. It is every day a challenge and every single day you go through, you also learn. And हर किसी का experience अलग होता है. But what matters is, in nutshell, it's all about how you are handling, how you are shaping your little one. And the shape goal, everyone has the common one goal, that the child has to grow independently with the confidence. So you guys are doing a great job. Thank you so much.
All the fathers, happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day to all of you.
You're doing good. Cheers.
Keep doing this and happy Father's Day. There are two and behind the scene there is one more father who was recording it. So thank you. Happy Father's Day to all of you. Papa, Daddy, Dad, Dado. बहुत नाम है, जो भी बोल लो. ये वर्ड एक्चुअली में बहुत हार्ड वर्किंग वर्ड है, राइट? ये क्या दिख रहा है आपको? एक स्टिक, राइट? पापा ये है, इसमें आप जितना भी घुमा लो, आबरा का डाबरा जितना भी बोल लो, सब हो जाएगा. बिकॉज वो अपनी इच्छा से ज़्यादा अपने बच्चे की इच्छा पूरी करने में लग जाते हैं। तभी पापा शायद समय कम बिताते हैं, बट जितना बिताते हैं वो हमेशा यादगार रहता है। So with this, to all the fathers all there, you are doing great job. आप जितना भी टाइम दे रहे हो, टाइम ही important है for the kid, and you are doing that. So you are doing best. Thank you.
Happy Father's
Happy
Day.
Father's Day to you all.